Yeah, I got our Springer pen all bedded up. We used 2 bale here today. The 1 bale I used was soybean straw, but the main part of the pen I bedded up with straw, being it's supposed to get a little colder. And we had 1 calf born here today. It was a heifer calf, red and white Holstein, born out of that spotted line back over there. So yeah, she seems to be doing good. This morning you can see the frost line on the harvest store there. I always kind of like to watch that. Gives you an idea how much you have in it yet, and we haven't seen that for a little while. But yeah, the frost builds up where there is nothing, like up above where it's empty, and down where there is silage. The frost, there is no frost down where there is silage. So it's down around 33, 34 feet, and it's an 85-foot sallow, so we should have plenty of snap leach or ear leach for the year. This week here is just an amazing week. It's been getting up in the 50s. I think today might even be supposed to hit almost 60, 58 maybe Fahrenheit. And the mornings here, yeah, it's just a little bit, probably, I don't know, it was 31 when I got up. It's probably a little colder than that now as there's a pretty good heavy frost. But yeah, the sun's coming up and it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. We kind of a nice break in the middle of all the cold weather we've been having. These cows have slowly worked and made a hole in the tin on the wall. We're gonna have to replace some of it. And there was a cow had her head sticking out. She just pulled it back in. Matt. Hi, how are you? We literally have worked on the metal here right inside the last free stall and made a hole in the metal. Yeah, that's the original metal that would have been on since it was built, so we're gonna have to replace some of that. But yeah, they pulled up here to check for alley scrapers and the cow got her head sticking out. She must like the fresh air.
Look what she has. She has a kitten. She's acting all guilty and whatnot. She took the kitten from its mom and she thinks she wants to be its mom. What are you doing? That ain't your baby. That's not your baby. We need to take it back to its mom. It's one of Carmen's babies. Last year, Penny, you're okay. Come here. she's just acting all guilty. But last year she got a baby. She never had puppies. And she got this baby kitten, and she actually had milk and was able to feed the kitten. But anyhow, the kitten didn't make it, but poor doggy, she wants a kitty so bad. This kitten was on the porch, and I just moved him out here. So I'm really hoping that she takes to it. Or that she'll keep, I shouldn't say takes to it. She really likes her baby. I want her to keep her baby out here because we had the baby on the porch, and then Penny could still get we have like a gate there. Penny could still get the gate open, and so we put another chain on it. Anyways, so I'm really hoping she likes her baby out here. But just a cute little thing.
Afternoon, this is Sunday afternoon here. We had a little crossbred calf born. We have some heifers here that I bought off of a guy as calves, and he does grazing. There's some of them that the breed's called Fleckvieh. They'd be Fleckvieh cross. And one of the heifers calved today, and she had a little red and white heifer calf, and it's got a red spot on both of its eyes. That's kind of neat. Yeah, the mother, she looks pretty good. You can't really see her there, the sun. She's mostly black, and she looks like she ought to milk good, so we'll see. Like 25 or 27 off of him altogether, if I remember right. They're all crosses of some sort. A lot of them are red and white, but this one here is a black and white one. We've had quite a few of them fresh so far, and they're all milking very well. Yeah, we got 4 cows and a bull to go to auction today. That lineback bull that we've been talking about different times that was collected, the semen was collected off of him, and Firecracker's his name. Yeah, he's gonna go today. He's starting to get really mean. He's about 2.5 years old. He's never came at anybody, but he definitely is getting pretty ornery. He paws the dirt a lot and just bellers around. And so yeah, the 4 cows, 2 of them aren't bred back. One of them has some feet problems, and the other one has a small abscess on the back of her udder. I'm not sure what happened. Probably got a bad bruise from something, whether a cow banging into her or somebody bumping into her. And didn't affect her milk, or she's still milking good out of all 4, but it's, yeah, we decided to sell her too. So cow there, she's not bred back. She's really filled out good, so she ought to sell pretty good. Here's another bull we're selling today. Another man bought him to use. We have a bunch of younger ones coming on that are big enough to win with our cows, so we're gonna move this one on and bring 2 of them over. They brought our new spreader today, or new to us. It's about 2 years old and hauled about 500 loads. Overall, it's in really good shape. They said it hauled around 500 loads. There's a 4x4 board there. It runs along the top of the side. It needs replaced, but other than that, it's almost like new. It had that other one that we were selling here this week at a consignment sale, and it lasted us for years and years. I think it was 12 or 14 years. We had it around 12 years, I'm thinking, but it would have been about 14 years old because it was 2 years old when we got it, just like this one is. And yeah, it was just overall a good spreader. Had very little trouble ever with it, and I think we had to repack the cylinders, or put new seals in some of the hydraulic cylinders, the big ram cylinder ones, and maybe the 2 cylinders on the lift for the tailgate. But other than that, we did almost nothing to that spreader. So, and it just always worked, and we really liked it. Yeah, we're over here in our dry cow and bred heifer barn today. There's a couple of the clamps, neck rail clamps coming loose. Yeah, over time they just keep working on them, and sooner or later something comes loose. Or yeah, we used lock nuts on most of them. There was a few we finished up that didn't have lock nuts on, but yeah, yeah, we just bedded all of our free stalls today, so everything's bedded up pretty nice over here. But it's turned out to be a pretty nice day here today. It's still kind of chilly, maybe right around 40, and with pretty good wind blowing. But tomorrow they're saying it's supposed to get a little warmer, and then we're talking about some rain Wednesday. We sure could use some rain. It's really, really dry. Yeah, we're putting it to good use already. They delivered it here right before lunch, and we had a pile over here in our dry cow barnyard that needed hauled out. So my son said he was gonna clean it up and get it done today. It's nice and dry out. Yeah, well, good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, March the 4th, and we kind of have a typical day on hand here this morning. Lois and I milked here this morning. We didn't do any video of that this morning, but yeah, nothing out of the ordinary happened at all. Here in Pennsylvania, where we live, they have a law or a rule in place that if you're changing anything more than an acre or disturbing more than an acre, you're supposed to have a permit. And here in this slate pit, I mean, if we're just cleaning out some rocks out of the fields, they don't bother you with that. But being we're hauling a bunch of dirt in up here where we're filling this slate pit in, it's about 2 acres total. Anyway, they talked to us and they'd like us to have a permit for that. So, but being we're basically restoring it back to what it originally was years and years ago, probably 60, 80 years ago. I think it was 60 or 70 years ago, back in 1950s, when they were taking slate out of there. But being we're just basically restoring it back to the way it originally was, they're hopefully, from what it sounded like, they're going to allow us just to do a restoration permit, which isn't near as much involved and won't take as long to get it approved. And So yeah, there's a bridge here in our town. It's only about a mile or two away from us that they're going to replace here in about a year, and they're talking to us about dumping all the fill in back here from that. They're saying there'll probably be 1,500 to 2,000 triaxle loads of fill. So yeah, we should be able to have this permit all in before that. It should, yeah, they'll haul everything in for us and have a loader over here to push it all in. And the old concrete from the bridge are even saying they would bring a concrete or a thing in and grind all the concrete up and we'll have a pile that we can use for basically about like you can use it for driveway stone or anything. So yeah, but I'm meeting a guy over here to talk to him about this restoration permit, and then after that I'm going down. That consignment sale that we have twice a year here in our area is this week, and the spring one is, so I'm going down to look at what all's down there. And yeah, I'm over here where we're filling this slate pit in. We still have a dirt pile here from some stuff they hauled in last summer, and then there's a pile of millings, old pavement that they ground up and hauled in here. And we got a little bit of a spot back here in the one field we're wanting to haul some of this fill back for that, and then we have a small pile of topsoil over here. Just clean that up and grade that off. But yeah, we had a bunch of stuff hauled in here over the last probably close to 2 years now. They've been dumping in here and really filled a lot of it in. But so far what we did probably didn't disturb more than an acre, but to finish the whole thing and get it done here, we need to get this permit. And we did put a sock filter, they call it a silt fence, down here along the bottom to keep any runoff from running down. There's a little bit of a wet marshy area down here in the bottom. Some of these regulations are good, and sometimes yeah, you want to keep things clean. But yeah, as you can see, we've had this in for at least 3 months now. Got a nice slate area right here along the edge where we cleaned it up and put it in. But yeah, there's really nothing even worse down there. We haven't had any real maybe heavy downpours since that much. But yeah, we want to keep things as clean as we can though, so it's probably a good thing to do that. It's kind of an area down here at the bottom. Kind of swampy and marshy, and I'm not sure what all you would call it. There's a little bit of a swale the whole way up through here that I'm gonna say probably, I don't know, 500-600 yards up through there, where a couple, I'd say maybe 6 months out of the year, there's some water flows through here. We got 2 culvert pipes underneath our drive here. And yeah, it flows down through here, but it kind of got a lot wider. I'd love to clean this up down here in the bottom, but to go through what they want you to do to try to clean it up. When I say clean it up, yeah, there's trees. We just bought this property, I'm trying to remember now, was it fall of 2016, so it'll be 9 years here. We've started farming it in 2017. But anytime you see a marshy area and you see cat and nine tails, they consider that wetlands, or they call that wetland. To try to go in there and do anything with it now, I'm not saying it wouldn't be possible, but it would be a big ordeal. So at this point we'll probably just let it go. Not saying we won't try to address it maybe sometime down the road, but at this point we'll probably let it go. And it's probably only the first, I'm gonna say 100 feet or so up through here, 100 to 200 feet, where it's really gotten widened out. Once you get on up there, it's not near as wide, so it's not like a huge area. Yeah, you can see right here we have a bunch of this side's pretty much about finished. We just would need topsoil on here. Then on over here, there's a big section that needs filled in yet. And up there at the top where we first pulled in, yeah, it definitely needs some more attention up there to get it to grade in. And then yeah, do a little work in through here. There's some old concrete and some stumps that need pushed on over here in the corner where they'll all get buried pretty deep. Some of these stumps will probably try to burn some of that up here eventually yet too. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but once they dry out, if you got them on a pile and got some good hot fire going, they'll burn up. Yeah, you can see here where we had dug the slate out, and where the slate had been dug out, we've gotten a few loads out of here ourselves. There you can see over here, yeah, it probably drops off a good 12 to 15 feet. There's some dirt pushed up there along that edge, but on over there, yeah, we gonna take a lot of stuff in here to fill this in to grade it off and make it all nice and even. Yeah, I'm down here where this consignment sale is gonna be tomorrow, and yeah, you kind of wonder every time we're down here where in the world all this stuff's comes from. This thing has grown so much in the last, I'm gonna say they started it probably 20 years ago, but it has grown like crazy in the last 5 to 8 years. It's probably, I don't know, it more than doubled in the last 10 years, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, here's a whole row of skid loaders. Anything you can imagine that you find on a farm, you'll find here, whether it's equipment or small stuff, gates, watering troughs, free stalls, it's here. This is down in the lower lot, they call it, where there's more, they try to keep the nicer stuff up there on the top. And there's some nice stuff down here too, but it's not your more newer, expensive stuff. Well, there's something you don't see every day, an old wooden manure spreader. And I don't know how old that thing might be, but that thing's ancient. You gotta look things over, especially some of the smaller items. That old saying, and one man's junk is another man's treasure, fits pretty good here. Yeah, you can find anything. There's some water pipe, PVC pipe, fencing, a couple used garage doors. There's an old little square bale chopper that looks like it's been well used. Some gates, poly tanks, fans. There's an old truck, rear end of a truck. Yeah, heaters, free stalls, catch chutes. Yeah, this here row's kind of your smaller items. They kind of keep everything in different categories. Yeah, you even find trees. They sell trees here. A lot of some fruit trees and usually some oak or maple trees as well. Now here's a row. It's got a lot of skid loader attachments, tires, yeah, any variety of attachment between buckets and bale prongs and pallet forks. And you go on over here, there's just, like I said, anything from A to Z that you would find on a farm, you'll find it here. There's another row of more, probably your near the end of life stuff, or stuff that's been around for a while. Down through here is just a row of your general farm equipment. And then down through here you got silage wagons, blowers, round balers. Over there's a corn planter. Here again, they got some really nice stuff mixed in here, so you kind of got to look stuff over. Over here sits our grain drill. It's sitting out here in a row out along the road. They often try to put some of the nicer stuff out here. Yeah, it's there's a whole row of really nice tractors down through here. There's some of the newer, nicer, later model tractors. There's a self-propelled chopper. There's a big square baler. There's just a whole row of stuff down through there. They have a big building here. There's a produce auction here a couple times a week throughout the summer. But in under here they got lawnmowers, ATVs, small utility tractors, UTVs, like your John Deere Gators and anything connected with that. Even have some golf carts. Oh, there's even 2 snowmobiles. Like I said, you never know what you might find. Here's a corn sheller that it's a new idea corn sheller. You'd stick an ear of corn in up here. And we used to have one like this that we lost in our barn fire back in '06. My dad had rigged it up with a motor on it and had a belt on it. But yeah, that's how it was what I remembered. I'm assuming my dad did that. But anyway, I might see what this thing brings. It'd be pretty neat to have one again. This has a big handle on the side. You can hand crank it. But man, I think that would be awful hard to hand crank to try to shell corn. But anyway, we'll see what it brings. There's stuff everywhere in here. It's under the building where they have all the small stuff, and anything you can imagine, it's here. I said about it being a mud sale till it's over, and it is a royal mess up here. Oh, the cars up here along the edge are just totally swamped up, and yeah, it is a mess getting out of here. They have tractors pulling vehicles out that don't have 4-wheel drive. A couple years ago, it rained like this toward the end of this, or got muddy like this toward the end of the sale, and the township actually made them get the fire company out to wash the road off. It's dragging mud up the road like crazy.
It has finally got a little bit warmer, so we let our chickens come outside. This is only just a couple of them. But anyhow, they're enjoying the day out here.